Okay, welcome everybody to Bitcoin Billionaire. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're in a great emotional state. Tonight we're talking about the month of March. My graphic designer wasn't available, so I put this 100x Psychology of Millionaires and Billionaires. Welcome everybody. How to 100x without losing money plus free money. Join Bitcoin Billionaire. Okay, so there was my little intro. All right, please put one in the comment if you can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure the sound is really good. We do have a PowerPoint presentation again tonight. And I want to start off by saying dangers in March for crypto market. Okay, so please stay till the very end to understand what they are. I want to share with you what that is. And make sure to subscribe so that in the future, when things change, I will be giving you unique views that no one else is giving you in crypto. So I want to make sure that you don't lose out. Also, we are giving free crypto. All right, we just had the $50, and now the next one on Thursday, $60. If possibly if you wanted to participate in that, then you can join us in the next one. Okay, or share with your friends if you have somebody who needs money. Is a great chance to win on our channel. Okay, welcome, loud and clear. All right, welcome. Let me move that a little bit on here. Good evening, everybody. Very happy to be here tonight. Okay, so 5 things you need to know. Number 1, the vision for Bitcoin market cap. So I always like to look at the big picture before reacting to the market, right? My predictions in March, best buys for crypto in March with the lowest risk, right? Because it's all about risk taking. And what is a good price to buy Bitcoin if you want to buy Bitcoin, and worst case scenario. So make sure you stay till the very end, okay? So let's start with the vision for the Bitcoin market. I want to start off to say that these corrections that we're having, right, is absolutely normal. We are on our way, and tell me if you agree with me, on a 10 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. How many of you believe that? Put yes in the comment if you believe that. I totally believe that. So you don't want to react too much to the current correction that's going on. But as I shared with you in the previous live, it's certainly a way to make money. Now, I've also shared this in the past, right? And I want to share that with you again, that if you look at how the crypto works, every crypto kind of does this, right? It starts with a hope. It goes up to optimism, like, oh, I can make money. And then as it goes up, they start really believing this is it. They get really excited, and then they reach a euphoria level, and then there's this huge crash, right? And then it comes back a little bit. There's more hope. Oh, it's going to go back up, and then it doesn't. And it goes all the way down, and they lose a whole lot of money. Then they're angry, right? And it goes like this, and then the market starts again. So this has happened many times, right? But maybe the question is, hey, are we on our way down right now? Like, are we on our way down? And this is a big question that many people want to know, because especially the new money in Bitcoin and cryptos, maybe they don't know if this is a crash or just a correction. And there's a lot of indicators that tell us that, yeah, I would agree probably with that one, that it's just a healthy correction. I agree. But let's look at the fear and greed index, which helps us to know what's going on with people. And as we can see that, last week was 91 at extreme greed, right? And now it went down quite a bit. So now what are we at? Now it's just 55. Right? So that's where we're at. And are we on our way? Well, if it keeps going down, you're going to have some major fear, right? And then you'll have more dumps for sure. Because the more greedy people get, if you've watched my videos in the past, where I talk about, the effect of the brain, right? On when you're trading, if you go back to my Bitcoin page, you can see that we made videos in the past, and I talked about how to trade and how we have a brain that basically, the limbic brain right here, if you watch this video, it shows you that people go in reaction and they start selling and reacting, isn't it? So let's see what happens. But I will say that if we keep going in this way here, if we keep going this way here, that's going to happen. Price going to go down even more. But I want to let you know, because a lot of people on the Telegram group are asking me this question. Is it going to keep going down? That's a fair question. Like, how far is it going to go? And if you're not in my Telegram group, I just put in a comment for you. Please join our group, okay? Because a lot of activity going on there. But let's take a look at this first so you understand kind of how crypto market works. So this is the stage where we basically buy. The best place to buy is here. And then you can make a lot of money. Then it corrects, then it keeps going up, right? Then it corrects and it keeps going up. This time it's a correction. Now the question is it going to keep going up to the euphoria level? And I really think it will. I think what we've experienced right now is nothing. It's nothing to be seriously concerned about. Now, is it possible that we start to crash down? Anything is possible, but it's not probable. And that's why we wouldn't react completely at this stage, because the acquisition stage and the euphoria stage, that's the high point, which we've not reached yet. And this is the acquisition stage. And if we go back in the past, we usually reach the top of the stage. We usually go all the way up here, and then we crash, and we haven't entered this zone yet. So I don't think that we're finished yet based on that, okay? So let me tell you about the predictions for March, okay? And what we can see right now, this is a print screen that I took basically to help you understand that what the Bitcoin's been doing, right? So we crashed here, right? Went back up, right? Then we reached a resistance here, then it went all the way down and reached a support here. Then we went back up. A resistant line is being built, as we can see, right? And then it went all the way back down and it bounced off, and now we're here, right? Are we going to go here or there? At some point, it's going to break either up or down. If it breaks down, then I'll give you my price prediction after, okay? If it goes up, then I think it's going to be the end. Even though March has not been good for us, generally speaking, I think if we break through that, there's a strong probability that we're going to go back up. But is it going to happen? That's the question. Right. BTC is not doing well, and it's 44,500 right now. It's, yeah. Let's look at what I think is going to happen. If it breaks down, I think personally, right? If we look in the past here, this is what we did in the past, okay? And we have the 20 moving average. It broke through that, okay? Then it went to the 50 moving average. Then it bounced off, went back up to the 20, then went down to the 50 moving average. It bounced off that, then it went all the way up to here. And now we broke through the 20 moving average again, right? That's where we're here. We went all the way down here. And then it went up, but then it broke through the 20, and now the question is, are we on our way to 50 like we did here? Are we going to do the same thing, right? And if that's it, then we know what price to expect. It's about 41,000 per Bitcoin, okay? And so then you might wonder, is that a good buy? We'll talk about that. But one thing I want to warn you about is that in March of last year, okay, March 7th till 12th, we had a major crash, okay? If you look here, we had a crash of 50%, okay? From there to there, all the way down, it's 50%. I'm not sure I want to call it crash, but very strong correction, right? And we go all the way here. It's like, wow, that's a big one. And so it begs the question, is March a good month for crypto? Is March a good month for crypto? And generally speaking, the answer is no, it's not. Let's look at the history a little bit to explain what I mean. If you look back from 2011 all the way to now, you can see that bad month, good month, bad month, bad month, bad month, bad month, bad month. 2019, good month. 2020, very bad. Generally speaking, we have about a 20% probability of a good month in March, and a bad has been generally very, very bad in March, as you can see. So then the question is, why? Why is March so bad, right? There are actually March is the worst month compared to all the other months. So probability, if history repeats itself, then it's not a good month. March has never been really a good month. It's not always been bad, though. We can see there's been some good months, right? But generally speaking, it's been very, very bad for us. So why is it such a bad month is the question, right? And part of the question in my research is that people are over leveraged, especially last year when it was at 25%, correction, there was an over leverage, meaning that people were trading with too much leverage and they got liquidated. So that has already happened, by the way, right? If you look at what's been going on, there's been billions with an S, in liquidation because people are over leveraging. And that's happened this time in January. Okay, it's not happened. It's happened in February. And January was good. February it just like happened. Like the crash is because there's too many people leveraging, trying to make too much money. So it's already happened earlier than last year. But there's something else you should know. Okay, there's something else that you should know about this month of March, and that is the capital gains tax, which no one's really talked about. You see in a lot of countries, especially in America, people who made like 10x gains on their Bitcoin, their crypto investment, their capital gains tax are due. So this could be a factor that nobody's really looking at, which I would say, well, they have to sell some of their investment to pay for their tax, yes? So if that's the case, then we should really look at that as one of the factors, of course, to March being a bad month. Is that the only factor? No, of course not. But I would say that we need to be very careful on March, okay? But here's the thing. Because of the things that are happening in March, there are some very good buys in March. And I know that many of you may disagree with me on this, but Ethereum is right now a good buy. Now, I don't know what your opinion is, but right now we saw Ethereum go very, very low, right? Look at this massive amount. Like we're right now around the 1370 for one Ethereum. So this is very low, guys. And there's a lot of pessimism around Ethereum now. Like some people say ADA is going to beat and replace Ethereum. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think that's not going to happen. But because, there's not a whole lot of, just because it's doing bad right now, it's probably it's already close to being very undervalued. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at here, we had this RSI go all the way down to this bottom, okay? Like anytime it's below 30, it means it's oversold. Anytime it's over 70, it's overbought. That's what RSI lets us know. Ethereum right now is right here. So it's really close to going down, okay? Going all the way down to this past 30 zone. And if that happens, we're looking at basically, we could be looking at Ethereum at about 1100 only, okay? That means it will go all the way down. This is compared, by the way, to BTC, right? So yes, in that case, if that happens, right? If that happens and we are in a place where that happens, then you're going to have a very underpriced Ethereum. And in that case, I personally will be buying lots of Ethereum. I will buy more Ethereum than I will be buying Bitcoin, okay? Now, ADA was a good investment. And if you're on the Telegram group, I told you that when it was $1. And it went all the way up, 50% or so. And now it's back down. So ADA was rocking. Is it rocking right now? I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I haven't looked at it today yet. But let me tell you that I would not be buying ADA if the Ethereum goes down to the level that I just told you. If it goes down, if it keeps going down, okay, to a higher level, to a lower level, then it's going to be a great deal. I'm not going to buy ADA, okay? Unless ADA goes down even further, ADA is not going to be a good price based on the risk-reward ratio. And what that means is that ADA is a bigger risk right now, okay? Yeah, that's right. So if we compare the risk of ETH versus ADA, listen, if you're saying ADA is the hottest thing, it's true. But because there's so much optimism, look, let me explain this way, okay? When there's a lot of optimism about a crypto, you don't want to buy it, okay? The philosophy of trading, you buy at the ultimate pessimism. When everybody thinks ETH is shit right now, you shouldn't buy it, it sucks. And it's oversold, that's when you buy. And you hold on to it until it changes, because if you don't see the fundamental value in ETH, even though it has a lot of high gas price, listen, they're going to fix those things. Nothing, I don't think ADA is going to beat Ethereum. Even though I recommended you buy it, that's a short-term trade. In the long term, as Ethereum keeps going down in price, I absolutely believe it's gonna go back up. And we've seen this over and over again, guys. You know, just because ADA is really hot right now and you're buying ADA and then it goes down, there's more risk buying ADA than you would be buying, right, for Ethereum. So that's why I think that Ethereum is a really good buy right now. Yes, so based on the ideal that you can make a big return, because you gotta, if you, like, a lot of people just buy coins because everybody's saying buy, right? And you gotta be careful with that, because when ADA's being pumped right now, every channel, everybody's saying buy ADA, and then it's going up, 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 right? Then the higher it goes, the more risk ADA has. And the fact is, the more cheaper, yeah, like, that's right. So if ETH goes down to 1250, if it's a great buy, because there's less risk now. See, you buy high, you have a lot of risk. You know, ETH right now is a lower risk than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still very highly risked. ETH right now is to the point where it is oversold for sure on a 4 hour. On a daily view, as I said, it's almost oversold. And when it's been oversold in the past, you can make great gains. XRP, low risk as well, for sure. I cannot see here. Let me try to shrink it. Right? He's asking about is XRP. XRP is a low risk, but that's because they have a lawsuit. And if they settle that lawsuit, for sure, actually XRP on a technical analysis is a lower risk than Ethereum. So, and I always said, like, if you're willing to take that risk of buying XRP and you hold on to it till the lawsuit is over, it's going to be a great buy. Right? But I'm not going to buy, I will buy some XRP, but I will be buying ETH, because Ethereum and Bitcoin have more history. They're more safe. And Ethereum is, like, right now, like, it's like, if it starts going up, I'm going to buy it right away. Actually, I wouldn't wait. But I don't think that Bitcoin is done yet. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to wait. Right. So what is it? Well, if you want to buy Bitcoin, then what's a good price? That's a good question. Right. So I would look at this, right? In the past correction that we just had in January, was it? Right? We bounced off the 20 MA, but then we broke the 20 MA and we went to the 50 MA right here. Then we bounced off that and we went all the way up, right, to 58,000. Now we have another correction, right, which I predicted as well. And now we broke through already the 20 MA. And the question is, how far is it going to go? Well, there's a chance it's going to bounce off the 50 MA. But you have to understand one thing, though. There's a lot of new investors in Bitcoin, a lot of new money. And these people who hold Bitcoin, they're not like people who were buying Bitcoin in 2018, 2017. These are people who just brand new, just bought Bitcoin, and they're very weak in the way that they hold it. There's a lot of hodlers, as you know, people who understand Bitcoin keep going up. They don't care about a correction. They just put it in a cold wallet and they store it and they don't touch it, and they just go up until it's in the 10 trillion. They're not care, you know, they're going to 10x their money and are just holding on to it. But the new investors in Bitcoin, they freak out, they panic when they see a correction, and that's the problem. Okay. So listen, I know you're asking me about different price. I don't follow all of them. I follow a bunch, about 10. Okay. I don't trade with everything out there, because you can't master all the altcoins. The more you understand about an altcoin, the better you're going to do. Okay. But today I just want to talk about what is the price that you could expect to purchase the Bitcoin. And I would say it's probably around this zone right here on the 50 MA. But as I said, because there's a lot of weak hands, it's possible fear goes and we may see a lower price before it bounces back up. Really depends what's going to happen here. But I would say that you could start acquiring some here, and then if it bounced back, then you buy. You don't buy right away. You should see that, oh, it's going up, it bounced. You should see some kind of bounce before you buy. You don't buy just because it hit that line. You buy it when you see a bounce. Is it possible it goes down? Sure, it is. Absolutely. Well, that's true. There were many factors last year, right? But one of the major factor why it went down 50% is because of the COVID, true, but it's the leverage. See, when the COVID happened, too many people were leveraged and they got liquidated. So that's why there was a 50% drop. It's true that the COVID was a trigger, but the COVID didn't crash everything 50% by accident. A lot of people got liquidated. That's what the fact is, right? So any questions about what I just showed you tonight about what I think about the month of March? So to finish, right, I predict that the month of March can be good to buy Ethereum and some other coins. So about the other coins, okay, I know many of you are asking about that. I want you to subscribe to our Telegram group if you haven't already. And we will talk more about these other coins, because in my Telegram group, I do make recommendations. So go and subscribe to the Telegram group if you're not already done that, okay? But any questions and specifically about what I just talked to you about tonight, so I can answer them. And remember to live in a beautiful state, right? Okay, so just reading your questions here. Right. Some YouTube channels owners help people to get in panic with their video titles. Sure, because fear gets attention, and that's how news work, right? But there is legitimate concern for March, for sure. But we don't want to see the problem worse than it is. We want to see it as it is, not worse than it is, right? So the problem is there's a healthy correction. Don't make it worse than it is. And I hate when I see that too. Like, what's the truth, right? Like, try to be as accurate as we can be, yeah? Okay, well, welcome to Bitcoin Billionaire. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to do that. We will talk about Fibonacci retracement in the future. Okay, I know this is one of the indicators, but I want to keep it to the MA average, because it's not, in my opinion, the Fibonacci retracement is not exactly the best tool for for the environment going on right now. When we're in a bull trend, then we can use the Fibonacci retracement tool to see what the worst case is. But in this case, based on the history, I would look more about, what the moving average has been. Well, right now, I'm not holding any coin long term because it's crashing. So I will sell my coins and then buy it at a cheaper price. So I don't see the point of holding on to Bitcoin or other coins if they keep going down too much in price. So, but the problem is, if you sell your coins, you should be ready to buy it at a cheaper price. And if you're wrong, then you have to buy it at a higher price. So you have to be careful on that. Yeah. BTC to double until December, 2x eat in January. BTC top up February, so all done. I'm not sure about that. I mean, we just looked at the chart, right? If we go back to this ideal, like, did we reach the top? And the answer is no, we have not reached the top yet. So I want you to look at this ideal that we are not at the top yet. So if we go to the charts, right, let's look at the charts here. BTC, okay, and go to a regression brand tool. Okay, we can kind of see where we're at. Oops. You kind of see where we're at. And let's go to the 3 days. And this is where we're at. If he's saying we're done, like that was the top, is it possible? Nothing is impossible, but it's not probable. Because in the past, we always went all the way to the top. And we've not done yet. So it's maybe going like this and then sideways for a bit, and eventually will go up and then go to new price. I do still expect the Bitcoin to go over 100 from 75. I think over 100,000 by the end of the year. Okay, so I don't think we're done just because we touched that. We touched that very quick. Okay, so only like that. It's like very fast this year because we just started the bull market from here. This was the buy stage. We went up a lot, that's true. And a lot of people want to take profits because they get nervous. The higher we go here, the more the people who made money going up here want to take profits. But there's institution buying. We have Michael Saylor buying, right? We have Tesla who bought billions of dollars, right? It can. So the question is can Elon pump? Well, all he has to do is put, right? All he has to do is put one Twitter about it, and it's going to go back up. I mean, we've seen that, right, with Dogecoin. How many times we saw him put a Twitter about Dogecoin, and then all of a sudden it's pumping. So he, for sure, Elon Musk has a lot of influence. People respect him a lot. So all he has to tweet is going to go back up. So you got to be ready for that. If he tweets about it and you don't get it, I subscribe to his Twitter because he's a major influencer. Okay. Well, I think that's possible. I even think 200,000 is like possible by the end of the year, right? Well, do you even know what a parabolic trend is, right? You have to understand what that is, right? The ideal of a parabolic trend, right, is kind of this circle like this. It's kind of this let me do that again. It's kind of this circle like this. And then basically you're bouncing off this line like that. That's what a parabolic trend is. It's basically a round trend and it bounces upwards like that, right? Bounce off, go up, bounce off, go up, bounce off, go up. So it's keep correcting on a curve. That's what a parabolic curve is. Okay, because I know this word's being used in the crypto, but I'm not sure to explain it very well. It's just a rounded curve that has a lot of correction. So yes, we are definitely in the parabolic curve right now. Okay, so as I said, we have not reached the top yet. So that was the question, right? Is BTC in a parabolic trend for all-time high? It is, and that's what it is. That's what a parabolic curve. That's why we're having a correction. Okay, because we are in a parabolic curve like that. So, and just keep touching, right? Okay. Any more questions? Well, I honestly haven't looked at that one, but we can look at it if you really want, because you're asking like 5 times, right? Let's look at the technical from that one. Okay. And let's just look at it. Let's get rid of this trend here. Okay, so he wants to ask about that, right? Okay, well, let's look at simple tools first, like moving average. Okay, let's look at that. Well, yeah, it's not a good deal right now. You can see, based on the moving average, it's high up there. So I wouldn't buy it. This is a risky, high risk. I'm buying here, guys. Then I let it go up. It was a good buy here. But now it seems like it's pump and it dump, and then it's a big dump here. Of course, the Bitcoin plays a price, but I would not buy this. It's not a good. Sorry, we're looking at the 3 days. I'm sorry. Let me look at this on a 1 day. See what? Yeah, it's still not a good deal. But if it goes, see, this is better. Yeah, sorry. So the first one was 3 days. So this is better. So if it bounces off here, if it reaches this, it's less risk. This is not bad when it crosses here, right? But I would wait until it goes to the 50-day average. This is a better deal. And also, the other thing you want to look at, right, like you want to look at this RSI, which lets us know when it's overbought and when it's oversold. And right now, it seemed like the best oversold place was right here. This was like super good time to buy, right? And it's been playing around on the top here many times. You can see that. And then anytime that it's RSI is very high like that, it means it's overbought, and then you start going down, and then you're waiting for the next time where it passes that 30 zone, and then you buy. There's less risk when you buy here. So I'm not going to buy coins just because everybody says it's a good deal. You know what I mean? So this is just TradingView. So you can go to tradingview.com. Okay. Okay, what else? Well, there's a lot of indicator, but it depends what you're looking for. As I said, the one to know if it's overbought or oversold is probably RSI is one of the best indicator. But if you only look at that and you don't look at the different stages that a crypto is in, like are we in the euphoria stage? Or are we in the beginning stage? You need to look at many different things. So you don't, you could be here, but we're in the euphoria stage right at the top, and it's a good deal, and it just drops all the way because you've reached the very top. So a lot of altcoins are doing that. Like they go all the way up, right? So then it's like, oh, we can make a lot of money. Look at this, we're going all the way up. And then we reach the euphoria stage, and then it goes down, right? And then it goes back up. Oh, it's going to go back up, but then it doesn't, and it crashes. And there's a lot of risks with altcoins because people don't understand the different stages that they go through. All the altcoins go through that. So you carry a lot of risk when you buy altcoin for that reason. Okay, hope that helps. Let me see if I have a lot of questions. I know, it's crazy, right? I don't know if it's good that he got in or bad, because now all he has to do is tweet. But you know what? Social media plays a big role in the price. You always got to look at that. You always have to be ready. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you subscribe to our Telegram and our Twitter. Go in the description. You can find all of that. Matic. Well, okay, let's look at it. I mean, I can't look at every coin that you want, but I would definitely look at different coins as we go forward here. But I see a lot of questions, so let me see first before I commit to look at that. Do you see cryptos as daily usage coin like fiat? There's a coin ultra stable. Well, do you see cryptos as a daily usage coin like fiat? You mean like a stable coin? I'm not sure what you're asking that. You can buy stable coins and you can earn interest on them, but that's not something I'm going to teach today. Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reason to buy Bitcoin. I don't think that Elon is scared from this correction. People who understand the movement of the chart, they don't react like new like money. It's not a big deal. You know, only the new money is scared because they're not looking at the truth about what's going on, right? Okay, let me see. Matic, okay. Well, this is TRX right here, so about Matic. I'm not involved in Matic, but let's check it out. Right, so on a daily view, overvalued again, right, for sure. So again, like you say, sorry, let me, you said, can you talk about Matic? A lot of people talk about that, but see, that's when I sell. Like you're saying like, oh, should I buy it? Because everybody's talking, yeah, everybody's pumping it, but that's when I will sell. I'm not looking at what people are saying. I'm looking at, fundamental value and technical analysis. So you can see, right? Like, take a look. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. This is a 20-day moving average, right? And this is the 50-day, and it's above both. It's even above the 10-day. And look at that. We're at the top. You don't think it's going to crash? Okay? It's playing at the top for a very long time here. That means somebody's pumping this stuff. If you want to look at what I mean, okay, just to be fair to you because you asked me here. Okay? So see it? Like a lot of times this is what happens if you go to the past. It's being pumped. This is overbought. Then it crashes at some point, right? Then it crashes. Then it goes under here. When it goes over 30, then it's going to be goodbye, right? Even though it went down, but that must have been scary. But then it went all the way up, right? And from what I can see, it's just been there for a long time. Like it's overdue for a crash. Overdue for this crash. Unless they have such strong fundamental value, I don't see they can sustain this much longer. No way. Because you can go back to the past and look, every time they're at the top, it crashes. Every time they're at the bottom, it goes up eventually, right? So we're not looking at only that, but you definitely want to use this tool, guys, to know if it's a good buy or not. Okay, you can look at the 4 hour as well. We're looking at the 1 day, but if you look at the 4 hour, yeah, it's already starting to dump on the 4 hour as what I see. But that could be because of the BTC coin, right? So I don't like it. I wouldn't buy it. No, wouldn't buy it. Just being honest with you. I would sell it. So I'm not sure you want to hear that. Right? BNB. Okay, let's check out BNB. BNB is already pumped though. Again, like I'm looking for good deals, as I said, right? So I'm not sure that BNB is a good deal. Well, you know, it did crash. So, wow. And this is not good when these lines intertwine, right? Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I think it's like risky. BNB is a high risk. It was a good buy. Was a good buy here, right? When it was here on this stage, but now it was pumped. So there's more risk. It doesn't mean it won't go up, okay? Because there's a lot of fundamental value in BNB, but from a technical analysis, is it a good deal? Because they went up so much. So these two lines now crossed. That's usually not a good buy. I wouldn't buy right now. I'd buy EAT. EAT is definitely better. Definitely better. Go with EAT, right? So this is against the Bitcoin, and you can see any time that we saw EAT go against the here, right? As I said, it goes back up. So here it goes back up. There usually is a bounce, but if you got the stomach to hold it, it'll be a good buy. Okay, you'll buy it, and then when it reaches the top, you can sell it again, right? And you can see the pattern as well for EAT, right? Like it moves in a this thing it does move in a pattern. I can't make lines on this. But anyway, you can see what I mean, that I would wait a little bit until it goes down to here. So I'm looking for an ideal that like is going to go down, and then I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy it here, but it's still a low risk. Even if you buy it now and you hold on to it, in my opinion, ETH is a low risk one, right? We're looking, by the way, at if you're wondering what we're looking at, ETH against Bitcoin, because I believe that ETH is a better investment than Bitcoin. So we're comparing it. But if you go to the US dollar, we can do that, right? We can go ETH and the US dollar. You'll see a little bit like different view. But yeah, it's still crashing a lot against the like US. Again, if any time that it goes at the bottom, what is the US dollar? They'll be good against the US dollar for sure. Then you're going to see a lot. And if it goes up, you sell it. So anyway, hope that helps. Yeah, they're all in danger, pretty much. Link is good against what's going on, pretty stable. But I'm not putting money in altcoins while the Bitcoin is not safe. We need to know what's going to happen with the Bitcoin. So all of the coins are in danger. right? Even ADA went super low, right? So yeah, you can go for this. For technical analysis, you can go to TradingView and it's free. They have paid account. I have paid account, and I have a lot of these graphs that you see. I pay for them. It's one of the reasons that, and they're quite expensive. Like I have very expensive graphs because you go like if you go and you watch my, you can see here invite only script. These are all paid and very expensive, right? So anyway. Okay, man, I think we'll be at the end here. Well, for you're talking about ETH, right? The purple indicator is called RSI. Is asking what is the purple indicator? It's called the RSI, and it's made to see either a pattern forming, or it's also made to see when it's oversold or overbought. So to make it clear for you, right? So when it's all the way up here, it means overbought, meaning too many people bought it, right? So when it like this can see, right, like how it's being overbought. Now it still went up, so it's not, that's why you don't only use this as a tool, but generally speaking, you're using that as a way to see if it's overbought or oversold. And at the bottom is, so we're looking if it's oversold at the bottom, right? Again, these are not 100%. That's why we use more than one indicator, and that's why you want to keep subscribing and following my channel so I can keep explaining that to you. Because if you only looked at this, look, it says it's overbought here, and it did crash. It did crash. You can see that, right? So it's good if you sell it here. Let me zoom in a little bit here. It's good. Like if you look at this, right? Oh, wow, we go up. Everybody thinks it go up for like forever, but if you look at that, it seems to me like it's too high. So then it crashes. It crashes, right? But then it went back up, and it went up, and it kept like going up. So we don't only use the RSI, otherwise it's not good. See what I mean? Like you have to look at the patterns forming on the 1 hour and like so on. If there's only one indicator, everybody would figure this out, and everybody would be rich. Okay. Oh, good question. 1250. Oh, very high. 8? I would say 8. Such a strong chance, right? But here's what I'm looking at. Instead of saying like that, right? I understand what you're trying to ask me, but I think there's a better way to look at it. Like, let's go to BTC, because BTC is really controlling ETH right now, right? So actually, let's go to the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. It's easier to see. So here's what's going on, right? Let's auto this thing. Let's get rid of this thing here. Here, let me refresh this. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, so, oh, we're in Matic. Let me go to, right, so let's look at this, right? Because this is what I was looking at from a 1 hour point of view here. But for some reason, oh, wow, okay. So we were in that pattern, right? And it broke down. It broke down. So now we have to look at a new pattern, I think. We have to like connect some kind of pattern, and it's on this computer is very hard because I'm using a web browser. And this is one of these new Macs where I can't control the lines. But if you subscribe to my channel, I will show you, okay, to the Telegram. But you can kind of see, if I can just draw lines here, you can kind of see there's a new pattern forming, right? Like that. And so, like, if we go back to the PowerPoint, it might be better. Because I was sharing that with you in the PowerPoint, right? That if it goes back to, if it breaks that pattern, we go back a little bit here. Right, I was showing you guys this, I think. Oops, already too far. Right here. So this was the print screen that I took. And so you can see like every time it has to touch 3 times to be called a resistant line. So a resistant line formed, right? So this is on a 1 hour view. If it breaks that resistant line, we're going up, right? If it breaks that line below this line here, that support line, then we're going to go down more. So we cannot say, no one can say with you absolute certainty that, oh, I'm 90% sure we're going to go down. We don't know. That's why we form pattern. But what do we call this? A descending triangle, right? Because it's going down, and this line's going down. But here's the interesting thing, right? When we looked at the RSI, we saw a different trend. And I don't want to get too technical on you guys, but we did see like there's a potential that it does go back up. Okay, move that out of the way. Okay, well, thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Right. Well, as I said, if you buy Ethereum right now and you hold on to it, it might go more down. I think it will probably go more down. If it breaks that pattern that I just showed you, then it's a good buy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That's a good question. But if you can't do it, just keep following this page, because I always look at that. I look at other indicators. So there's another indicator that's called MACD, which I use a lot. This one here. And that's good to, this is good to see what's going on. Like if there's a trend change. Why it's not working. It's called the 1 hour. Should be able to see that. But it's good to see if there's a trend change. I don't know why it's not showing up. Should show up. Huh. Weird. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Something wrong with it right now. And that happens a lot. So I have a couple of computers, but I use this one to see on the different for the live, because this one is more powerful. But you can see there's a lot that I use, a lot I buy. You can upgrade, or you can just follow my channel. Okay, but MACD is a good one to see what the trend is when it works. Okay. And it's not working, so I can't demonstrate it. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's it. Right. We'll see. Yeah. 41K, good investment for sure. Even if it goes more than down than 41K, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just buy and hold it, because we don't know 100% the lowest price. Otherwise, we would leverage, which I rarely recommend you do. I leverage maybe sometimes, right? KCS. What the hell is KCS? I don't know this coin. But let's look at it from a fundamental point. On a full hour, yeah, I'm not sure about it. It looked like it already reached euphoria here, because as I said, it looks like that. I'd have to look at it more, but it's like, oh, we're making money, making a lot of money. Euphoria, right? And then it goes down and then bounce. You hope it's going to go back up, but then it doesn't. But a lot of that could be based on what's going on with the BTC right now, with the Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, it's not like when that happens, when these lines cross, I'm not sure. Look at the 1 day and see what's going on there. Yeah, in the 1 day, it's overvalued, right? Overvalued. So I wouldn't buy it. And if I own it, I would sell it. Definitely. Look at how much correction there's been. If this thing works, it doesn't. See, this computer doesn't work very well. But there's a lot of correction here. But that's because the Bitcoin went down. But it's been pumped to euphoria. See, altcoins can experience euphoria much faster than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not necessarily in the euphoria stage yet. But this is euphoria, probably, right? What coins would I hold, right? That's what you're asking me. And I have some. Let me see, because I like good ones with low risk. That's what you're asking. So let's look at low risk, right? Low risk. Let's look at XMR. What are we doing here? Yeah, not too. If it goes here, that might be good. XMR would be a good one if it goes all the way down here. Let's look at XRP, but they're in a lawsuit, so but they're undervalued. See, it's already on the red, so it's undervalued. XRP. That's XRP. What else do I have on my list here? Link is good, but I would wait till it goes down more. Link is good. See, it's already on that line, but it's not moving much right now. And like I said, I haven't looked at every coin, but those are some of the coins I would look at. Okay, you might be right. I have seen, but I would look at the technical analysis, right? And I'm looking for low price, good fundamental value, right? Okay, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel and come back. We will continue to teach you how to make money. But thank you for everybody for coming. Live in a beautiful state, as always, right? Make sure you're not in a suffering state when you're trading, and I'll be back. And we'll try to go once a day. No promise, but that's what I'll try to do. See you guys. Thanks for coming.